Well, the weather isn't the only thing heating up here in the GTA. While the World Cup has everyone talking about soccer, the real estate market in the GTA has quietly started putting together a good comeback of its own. The takeaway about the World Cup is that it brings people together, which is awesome, and I love to see that. Now, let's talk about real estate and what's happening here in the GTA. After a slower start to the year, June finally gave buyers and sellers something to smile about. Home sales were up 9.4% compared to last June, while new listings dropped by almost 13%. That's real progress. More buyers are getting back into the market, fewer homes are coming up for sale, and properly priced homes are once again getting the attention that they deserve. So, for example, when I drive through my neighborhood and I do see homes that have been on the market for over 30 days, and I've seen for sale signs on the front lawn for over 30 days, well, guess what? That's a clear indication the seller does not have realistic expectations. The agent may not be providing a relevant market analysis to help get the property sold. So, for example, when I do a listing presentation, I say to my clients, do you want me to list your property or do you want me to sell your property? These are two totally different things. For months, I've been telling my clients that the market wouldn't stay quiet forever. Real estate has a funny way of rewarding patience and reminding us that trying to time the market perfectly is about as successful as predicting who will win the World Cup. The average GTA home sold for $1,058,658 in June. Yes, that's still slightly below where we were about a year ago, but the important story isn't where prices were, it's where they are going. Price declines continue to slow, monthly prices are moving forward, and the market is showing signs of finding solid ground again. TREB's Chief Information Officer, Mr. Jason Mercer, believes that buyer confidence will continue to grow through the rest of 2026 as pent-up demand starts flowing back into the market. If he's right, and the numbers certainly suggest he could be, we may see prices stabilize and begin climbing again before the end of the year. Affordability is still one of the biggest conversations at every kitchen table or backyard barbecue. The industry continues to push the government to reduce development charges, which can add up to 20% to the cost of a new home. Less red tape, lower costs would certainly help the next generation of buyers to get into the market. So I always get this question, so Trevor, what does all of this mean? Well, newsflash, RBC just announced that condominiums are finally affordable. It also means we're no longer talking about the market that we had 6 months ago, which was a moment in time. Buyers now have more confidence, sellers are seeing stronger activity, and the opportunities are now changing. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, or curious about what your home might be worth in today's market, let's have a conversation. Because hear this, every market has its own story. The GTA headlines don't always tell a story about what's happening on your street. And as I always say, don't listen to the neighbor who sold a house 3 years ago and suddenly became a real estate economist, because it happens all the time. Get your information from someone who studies the market every day. Have a fantastic week. See you next month.